Well, you've given a list of chief justices of Nigeria from 2005 up until now, and how the U.S., they've had one for some time.
Yeah, so it shows a lot of consistency. So the chief justice in the United States has seen Nigeria's 7 chief justices.
What's the inconsistency?
So, for instance, there's no life tenure there's no age tenure to the Chief Justice of the United States. In Nigeria, 70, you need to leave. So, and that's why I said in another 16 days, Justice Mahmoud Mohammed will be 70. In another 50 days, President Buhari will be 74. But more than that is to look at the alleged corruption even from the gender perspective.
Sorry, but does that affect the fight against corruption or corruption in the judiciary? The fact that when you're 70, you have to go?
Yes, it has a subtle effect on the fight against corruption because of the continuous change leads to a lot of gaps and inconsistencies. Because we clearly know the justices have various temperaments. Some are conservative, some are more liberal, and it's global. So your style will be different from the next style of the next Chief Justice.
You know, in looking at all of this, did you see any political, leadership change affecting the appointments or coming of some of these CJs in Nigeria?
Political leadership change doesn't affect, because once they are in, unless they're impeached or they get to the age of 70.
Retirement.
But the challenge is, even those that are perceived or will most likely be the person that will be the next CJN will most likely not be able to stay beyond 4 years because of his age. And in the discussion of corruption, it's not just about money. Yes, money is significant, but let's even look at the nomination of those in the highest court, the Supreme Court. And to understand this, it's always better to compare it. So the United States today, with the sitting Chief Justice, has currently 7 other justices around him. Out of these 7, 3 are women. Justice Ruth Ginsburg, Justice Sonia Maria, and Justice Ellen Kagan. So 3 out of the 7 are women. In the Nigerian Supreme Court, 3 out of 14 are women. So it also shows that even the selection of justices is significantly tilted towards the men. And today there's no evidence that suggests that men or that women fail their law exams significantly more than their male counterparts, or
isn't that
male justices are better than female justices.
You don't think that that's a function of who is the next highest in rank?
So here's the question: why is it that the men are often the next highest in rank?
And I'm also looking at the age. Sometimes I think if you look at John Roberts, you talked about, he came on the saddle in 2005, and that was when he was just 50 years old. But looking at those other names you just reeled out, they go past the age of 50 before they came in as CJs.
Oh yeah, so you have people that are justices right now that were born in their 40s, some of them born in their 50s. So we have a lot of, so it simply means that the succession planning and indeed the ease of being a justice is tough. And why is it so tough? Because there's a huge appetite for power. And what do I mean by huge appetite for power? The United States, again, the maximum number of justices that can sit with the Chief Justice, maximum 8. In Nigeria, it is 21. And again, there's no evidence that shows Nigerians have more criminals, or Nigeria has more criminals than the United States. So this number of justices also clearly allows us to see potential challenges.
Okay.
And finally, a popular Australian journalist said, a community that endures a contemptible law is in itself contemptible.
All right, that's our anchor. Thank you for coming on today. That's the show today. We thank you all for watching. We'll see you next time. I'm Chamberlain.
Many thanks. I'm Sulaiman Alede.
Well, I'm definitely one for appointing more women to the Supreme Court. And then it would have been interesting to see the comparison between what the judges earn and what politicians earn. Thank you so much. I'm Maokwe Ogun.